Well, and I was thinking, I think for many men, something that's not talked about, but I think is widely experienced, is there's a deep shame if a man feels he cannot get his wife to engage with him. He's not sure what he's doing wrong. She's shut down. She's icy. And he feels like a failed lover because she'll never orgasm. Or if she does, it doesn't seem like she's with him when she is. And there's this kind of, I never experienced making love to you.
Exactly. And I cannot tell you how many couples that I see, and that's the case. And it honestly breaks my heart because, and we have done this in the church. We have taught women to put out, and then we've taught men and to just take what they can get, right? And they don't actually really want that, but they'll take it, right? And they'll say that, I'll just take it, but I don't really want it. But here's the thing that women don't understand. Absolutely nothing makes a man happier. Nothing. When he loves a woman than to make her happy. He would go without sex if he could open her up and watch her sexual desire come alive and believe he made that happen. But she has to be at home in her own body first to let go. But women haven't gotten there, so they don't let go to him.
No, exactly.
And so men are denied that erotic charge that they want more than anything. This is what we make happen at the retreat. And I tell you what, it revolutionizes marriages because women have never experienced it and men have never seen it. And they are like blown out of the water.
Tell us more. Tell us more about your retreats, because I know our listeners are going to want to know more about how they can get more of you.
So the retreat goes through like some of the basic, how we get baggage and some of the gender differences that are going on in the neurobiological stuff. And then we have exercises that the couples do themselves so that they examine their own histories and then they share them with each other. So they learn about each other. So they have some really important conversations with each other. There's some gender split groups, what I call tribal councils. So the men actually for the first time get to hear that they're not alone in being married to a woman, because women talk, but men don't. And so they learn some really important things. But where the rubber meets the road is we take intercourse off the table. And there are very specific touch practices that are done each day. And they learn to make love without intercourse. And they learn to show up to each other. And they're scared to death. They are just scared to death. And we just,
but everyone's scared together.
And we just say, trust us, just trust us. Try to show up to each other with your heart as open as you can. Try not to direct it. Women try not to direct it and criticize him. Men try to just show up with your heart open, and she's going to try not to direct it. She's going to try to just receive your love, and we're just coaching them, and I would say, honestly, the results are we've had almost 100 people go through. It's almost 50 couples go through, and maybe we've had 2 couples that were not quite, because they had some raw things like affairs that just didn't have enough distance or whatever, that just couldn't quite get there. But almost all couples had absolutely revolutionary things occur because they just got the guidance that they needed to then have an experience that they had never had, that they didn't know they were capable of, because they just had never touched each other and shown up to each other, eyes open, heart open, body open, just receiving or just giving. And it's like, holy goodness. Like a man learns to love a woman and a woman learns to receive from a man. And it's like, I've had women say, I don't think I ever really believed my husband loved me, because our sexual touch was always tied to his arousal cycle. So I always wrote it off. And he was so hurt by that. Oh. And so it was the first time, since it wasn't tied to his arousal cycle, she received him and he felt it, like she felt my love finally,
Yeah.
after 20 years or 10 years of marriage and 3 children. So it's really something. It's really, and that piece, it's like you can do didactic retreats forever, but if you do not touch each other, you will not know you can. It's critical.
That's so great. That's so
Yeah,
hopeful.
it is awesome.